Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's Once Upon a Time, Season 3, Episode 17. I've been really looking forward to watching more Once Upon a Time after we got the nice flashback for Zelina, learned a bit more about her and how she became green with envy, and all the other stuff with Rumpel and stuff like that. I'm super excited to see where we're going next, but something else that excites me about moving forward is not only is this episode already hyped up as a Heidi favourite, but also I did remember that this episode is called The Jolly Roger, because obviously when I upload my episodes to YouTube and Patron, I have to, after not knowing the title during my recording, look up the episode listing on Wikipedia and copy paste the title over and blah blah. And you know, I do see the other titles underneath, but poof, I quickly forget about them. But when you're as big of a fan as Hook as I am, you're not gonna forget that the next episode is called The Jolly Roger, are you? So that, you know, I was always going to try and be getting back into it as soon as possible, because I really want to see more of Hook, whether that's more backstory or more involvement in the current story or tying him into someone else's story. I just want more Hook. So especially if this is touted as one of the favourites, it's going to be good. As a Hook fan, I know I'm going to eat well. So I am very excited to dive into The Jolly Roger. If I'm mistaken and it's actually the episode after this, I'm going to be so embarrassed. But I'm sure this one's going to be called The Jolly Roger, and I'm looking forward to it. Don't have anything else to say, so we're going to get right into it. I'm going to do that again. Absolutely stellar outing from Once Upon a Time. Gotta say it again. Wow. As far as a Hook episode goes, absolutely phenomenal. As far as an episode of Once Upon a Time goes, one of my absolute favourites. Undisputedly. Oh no. If I was to ever do a full series rewatch at any point, this would be one of those episodes that I couldn't wait to get to, because it was just that damn good of a dramatic episode. Like the humor, the twists, the little bit of a flashback, the emotion. Like, oh, he did relapse and make that bit of a selfish choice for his ship. Like, it's like you understand why. As he said, he was trying to fill that void, but it did end up being a cowardly act, and it was only really pure luck that Ariel managed to get a happy ending, that Eric was alright. But oh my gosh, like, Hook really murdered Blackbeard, and I mean, obviously he was a crooked pirate himself, so the world probably won't miss him, so it's not really, like, you know, framed as being wrong that he died, but it was wrong that he prioritized that over a safer guarantee of Eric being okay. So, wow. I'm really glad that they did find each other, because, yeah, Hook did relapse pretty bad in that moment. But what I love most about this episode is how on each of the characters, through their little behaviors here, and that you can see the development and the things they've gone through. Even when they don't say anything, sometimes it just bleeds through in the way they act. Oh my goodness. I would say a big one that stood out to me was how Regina suddenly looked horrified when it looked like Emma was falling to her death. And think about how things used to be between them. How far has she come that the thought that she'd just gotten Emma killed, like, rocked her a little bit. That was such an intense look on her face. I'll never be able to forget that. That was such a cool detail. Yeah, I loved the little details throughout this episode, like Emma being able to tell Hook was hiding something, Belle like still being like shocked to see Hook and a little bit nervous around him, like great continuity from what he put her through. You know, all those little things. But the Zelena twist has to go down as one of the biggest twists the show's ever done. I could not get over that. She played the part of Ariel so... you know something? I think maybe there's a character detail that might be there for people to pick up upon rewatch. When she's first washed up and they put a blanket around her, she seems conscious to cover up her cleavage. But like Ariel, who was used to being a mermaid like half the time, they wouldn't be modest, let's say. They wouldn't be like shy about that. You see what I mean? Like, you're just like, yeah, this is just how I am. Like, I'm just casual. Like I think that's sort of like that different mindset. You see where I'm going with that? But that, like I say, I think that's just one of those details you'd pick up upon rewatching. But oh my gosh, the way she got that out of Hook and then gave him this horrible ultimatum, especially near the end. Like, think about how at the end Emma was like being so genuine and sweet, and I called him Killian. She called him his name instead of Hook. I think that's the first time she's ever done that. Like, she's truly softened her heart towards him, and you know what? I bet in that moment he wanted nothing more than to approach her and try for a kiss. I am absolutely sure that, like, one of the points of that scene must be in that moment he probably thought, oh, I want to kiss you right now. But now he knows that he can't, and it's like, oh, that made that end scene even more painful. And I don't know what Hook's gonna do. Like, he walked off, obviously. He doesn't want to be around him. He doesn't want to think about this. But at the same time, Zelena's saying, if you don't hurry up and do it, I'm just going to kill everyone she knows. So, TikTok. Like, and I am being intentional by saying TikTok. I just wonder what he's going to do. I did enjoy that he was reunited with his telescope, and then he was using it at the end. That was pretty good. But oh my goodness, I love how off the mark I was with predicting this was all about Eric dying and Hook feeling responsible. No, it was slightly different. It was he forsaked certainty over Prince Eric in favor of revenge in killing Blackbeard and taking his ship back, and that is what was eating him up. I see. But, oh my gosh. This episode was just so phenomenal at showing how far everyone's come. Like, oh, Hook. Like I said during the reaction, Hook, his journey from his introduction all the way until now, what a transformation, and it's all felt so natural. Just like Regina coming to like Emma. Like, before, they were punching each other outside of her mausoleum-like thing. She wanted her dead. And now to think that she was horrified at the thought that she might have just killed her. I know it's also because without Emma, there's no way to beat Zelena because they think they have to do it together. So it was also that, I do admit, it was also, oh shit, our chance, it's gone. But I do think a lot of that was genuine horror at the fact she could have just killed Emma. Like, did I rush this? Have I just plummeted her to her death for no good reason? Like, I just love that we got all of this in one episode, and it all felt paced out properly. It all felt well addressed. The emotional beats were on point, and the best scene in the entire episode, like I said, was the confrontation between Zelena and Hook. Like, it was so intense, and the way that the actress acts, it comes through so well. The villainy is so well portrayed. It's like, you are owning this. You are owning this performance, and I absolutely love it. Excuse me. Yeah, oh my gosh. It was also amusing that there's only seconds after I mused about, it's a shame Smee never got turned back into a human. And I learned that he was, so I'm glad that we didn't just ignore it. I'm glad that he did eventually get turned back, because if we did see it on camera, I have long since forgotten the scene that it happened in. If we only just found out now that he's come back, then fair enough. But wow. Super strong episode. It's going to be hard to top this, but I've heard that all of season 3 is one big solid gold bar, so I am gonna have to expect that when I get to episodes 21 and 22, it's gonna be one humdinger of a finale. And like, we're already like so hyped up. Like, this was an excellent episode. It's like you're just gonna keep topping yourself and keep topping yourself, and it's like another thing I enjoyed about this episode is it was less lore dump, so I was able to keep track more of everything that was going on. It was more straight up drama in this, which I love. Not to say that I don't want the information. It's just that sometimes when you get too many information heavy episodes in a row, my brain struggles to catch up, as we've seen in some prior reactions. So getting an episode that was just straight entertainment the whole way through, that also kept me guessing, top quality. I absolutely loved the performances, loved the humor, loved the drama, loved the script, loved this. If I could create a tier of what I consider perfect Once Upon a Time episodes, I gotta say this is one of them. I would not change a single thing about what I saw. I feel like not a single second was wasted, not a single shot, not a single beat. It was just as a piece of entertainment, this was as perfect as it gets. And I can't wait to see how these new expectations get exceeded even more as we go forward. So this was the Jolly Roger, this was an A-star episode, and I shall see you guys next time.